Hello everyone, Untitled, welcome to another Modpack review, this time on Untitled Forge. A modpack that adds a mix of tech as well as a single dimension, a few other different bits and pieces of storage, and a bit of magic. So, starting off, we've got assembly line machines, which adds in some things like a gearbox, you've got an experience mill, you've got your sort of typical machines, you've got powered tools. You've got a start that requires you to have a grindstone, you need some titanium to get access to some blades. Obviously this is the second tier blade. You need titanium, then gold, then steel. There's a quarry, geothermal generator, second tier powered machines, there's a tank, some steel tools and such, some certain upgrades and things. Got the quarry components here, refinery and more. We've got sorted storage, which adds in a few different cabinets and safes. So we have a safe here. We've got an item tower, which you can expand upon. Don't know enough about this because I don't think I've covered the mod before, but either way, adds more storage options. There's a crate as well if you want. Make stuff, I guess, a bit more fancy. You've got Bad Beacon, which is a negative affecting beacon. So, yeah, it is technically able to affect players, not mobs, but maybe it could, I think. The other one wasn't available, so the one that actually does affect mobs and not players was not available. So, yeah, maybe you could use this for mob farms, I guess. Otherwise, it's probably just to affect other players, so I may or may not keep it in. So yeah, next we've got cage mobs, which is for mob farms. So you just got a cage, and then just use, I guess, a syringe or certain other aspects to combine with the cage in a way. I don't know enough about it, but it seemed interesting to add. We've got chunk loaders, which adds in the ability for you to select what chunks you want to load of an area. If you've got, say, a farm going, or you want something, an area of the world like crops to grow, but you don't want certain ones to be, loaded, then you can do that. So it allows you to do things while you're away. Next we've got the recycler, which you pretty much just put in a disk, and then you put something in here and it'll recycle it. Now I've tried with a few modded ones, and obviously it doesn't work that well. There's just auto there, which doesn't seem to do much. So recycle that. Okay, so that recycled correctly. Just didn't get the other one right. So you put a disk in, you put in a resource, and it's supposed to uncraft for you. In this case it's not going to, because it's a glass crafter and it probably doesn't understand it. It's certain simple ones that require a crafting recipe normally, not a furnace or any other type of block one. It'll understand it better. I assume you can have enchanted books or XP bottle or something there, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, that's your uncrafting method. We've got cut and craft. Cut and coloured, which adds in slab, stair, and wall versions of glass, terracotta, concrete. We've got stained bricks, we've got stained planks, redstone lamps, and other stone and prismarine and such stuff. We've got easy piglins, which is obviously like easy villagers from 116 and higher. That obviously you can just put in a piglin and then just start bartering gold, no problem. So instead of it being that you actually have to go to the nether, you can actually bring them to the overworld, just wait for them to do their thing, and so on. There we go, so we got some nether brick, and you can just, automate that if you want, I guess. Just have them barter whatever. Break that, because we don't need any more. Next we have effect pads, which adds in just pads that do certain things like potion effects. We've got jump pad, speed pad, slow pad, and so on, or act like some certain blocks. So this will probably be like a jump potion or slime block, and the others are obviously like magma block, cactus, landing pad, soul sand and such. So yeah. Ender tendril, which is just a way to get ender pearls. Not all ender pearl tendril pearls act well in ender pearl recipes. So you can see here that's 5. We go here, there's 18. So just be careful with that. And a few recipes. But if you want to grow certain ender pearls, you can. Next we have fluid system, which is just your way of transporting fluids, or multi-block storing it. Glass Central for mob farms with dark glass, or using it to prevent mobs from walking through with the ethereal, ghostly ones, and there's a illuminating and redstone type of option there. Hopper Plus adds in just a better hopper and upgrades. You've got item collectors, which are sort of like a wireless item transport. You can change the range, and the advanced one obviously has filters. We've got Magic Doorbell, which I just tried to use in the last attempt I was recording this, and it crashed. So yeah, might have been the block I was using it on, which was one of the cotton-coloured prismarine ones, but yeah, it's pretty much supposed to make you go through walls. So yeah, if you can use that correctly, go for it with like some wood planks or cobble or something else from the base game, not a mod. What else? We've got Mobile Beacon, which grants beacon effects depending on what XP level. That's components for more hammers. We've got a new arsenal, which adds in a new ore. You've got different components here, and you've got enchantments and other things you can use for powered tools here. Pretty Pipes, which adds in a bunch of modules for filtering and sending items and blocks to different places. Programmer's Chest is a way to have a sort of storage system by using commands. We've got, let's see, Pumpkin Cauldron here from Pumpkin Potions. Just make potions in a cauldron, I guess. Don't know enough about it. Seemed cool. Quartz Chest, which adds in chests you can decorate and name and put certain things on. So say a block of sugarcane, for example. Put in the icon here. You can tell that goes there. You can change the color. Obviously it didn't really show up that much there, but either way. This is that. You've got Repair Chest for repairing stuff inside it. So you got multiple slots here, but the base chest only has one. And obviously the higher level tier will repair faster. Reusable rockets, so you can reuse rockets in Elytra or fireworks situations, I guess. Rough Tweaks, which changes your health, as well as requires you to craft or hit a few mobs, and then you'll get access to certain means to repair your health. Simple Absorption for shielding certain aspects, but with enchantments. Bumble Zone adds in a dimension, as well as a few other bee-related things. I'll get to that soon. Thermal Series adds in, obviously, a bunch of different storage blocks. You've got explosives, grenades, different components, storage, crops, your typical machines and dynamos. You've got, obviously, rails and minecarts and such. So I've got many of the different modules included. Vanilla Hammers, which adds in just a bunch of ×3 pick options. I didn't put the excavators in, probably should do that. Voluminous Energy is another sort of machine mod, tech mod that's in air and water and gas and other component stuff. RF Tools, which was pretty much just intended for the charging capabilities or storing capabilities of power, because some of them don't add any at all. So dimensional cells and a few other things in here were just added, which is why the base or power one is in here. Refined Pipes adds in item, fluid, and power storage, transport I mean, and a few upgrades, I think. Or filtering options, as you can see there. Jet Boots allows you to get around with flight and different upgrades. And there's U-Matter, which adds in certain U-Matter-like ideas in it. And then otherwise there is things like Vanilla Magic, which adds in an entire magic system with vanilla. If we get the keybind, I'm gonna have to check it. And I have to keep changing that all the time, so keep that in mind that you have to change that to there on the hotbar one often. So on the action screen, there's callable horses, curios if you need to store stuff like baubles, more overlays, so there's overlay stuff at light levels. What else is there? There's the map mod, obviously. O is what we want. So O, and you can see here, there's a bunch of different quests. Allows you to make a an altar, support cheaper flint and steel, you can summon mobs, you can ore double, you can autocraft, you can use a quarry, you can use a farm, and a few other different things. There's a lot of different stuff. And I've otherwise just got things like sodium or chlorine, as it's called, for performance, but even still I need to sort of work out this pack regardless, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, mix of magic and tech and storage and farming and a few other things. The full mod list is here, of course, if you want to check out some of these, just to get things to load a bit better, so you don't have to go through that process all the time going, yes, I have certain mods that use data packs or dimensional stuff. So, yeah, offhanded combat's also there as well. Two-handed combat, I think. What else have we got? Don't know if I missed anything else. There's storage. There's player hopper for storing, transporting stuff from a player's inventory or XP. Can't remember if it's items or XP or something from their inventory and then storing it in there. Rare ice allows you to have certain things spawn in the world in ice, and then you can just get them as like an extra loot option when in snow biomes. What else do we have? Item collectors, you matter. Is there anything I'm missing? Unlit campfire to change campfires when you place them in the world. Scaffolding power. I'm assuming that's just a library, I think. Hopper plus. Ender thing I forgot, which is your sort of expanded thing to ender chests. So you've got obviously security as well as additional channels, which you can use for having, say, one set of 2 ender chests for a quarry or a farm or sorting system or whatever you want to do with them, instead of it just being a typical vanilla ender chest. We've got chlorine here, or sodium forge. This is also known. Reusable rockets we've got there, chunk loaders. Rain be gone ritual, which allows you to just have 4 cauldrons filled with water, and then I think you activate it or something and it removes rain. So instead of just using a command all the time. Controllable for those who want controller support. Game menu mod option, which is allowing us to access the mod options button and mod list in-game, because Forge hasn't re-added it. Dangerous Stonecutter allows you to have stonecutters deal damage if you don't have something like spikes or whatever else as an option. That's a mod library, and then repair chests. We'll just go to the sort of dimension here. Let's get an ender pearl and go through this nest. We can see the Bumble Zone dimension, which is just supposed to be like a hive of sorts. As an eye, player hopper. And the way to get out of this dimension is to go either to the top or bottom of the dimension. So, yeah, just go in Spectator. You can see, obviously, there's a bunch of honey, liquid honey, and a few other things. Some cobwebs. Now, there is a few other bees, I think, or something. I can't remember. But yeah, it's just pretty much just like a nether type of bee dimension, I guess I would put it as. Or inside a beehive, of course. So you actually get to see what's inside one. And when you go straight down to the bottom of the world, or the dimension, you will then go back to the overworld, and the equivalent of a whichever hive you have access to that you find. So, okay, so it pretty much just transports you out of a beehive, and that just spawns there. So if you find one, then you're most likely going to get out of one elsewhere. But yeah, just a mix of mods. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.